Tell me about Vindicating Trump.
All right. So Vindicating Trump is the newest documentary from Dinesh D'Souza. He has in the past put out other documentaries, basically supporting the conservative cause. And this is certainly one of those. The movie opens in thriller-like fashion. Donald Trump descends the golden escalator and announces him running for president in the 2016 election. This announcement sparks the DNC war room to figure out how they're going to take this guy down. They involve not only the DNC but the unions, some maybe Illuminati type actors in this whole movie. And so they plan. They talk about how horrible this guy is, and then and the tactics they're going to use to bring him down. And then it jumps to the actual documentary where Dinesh interviews Alina Habba, Laura Trump, and Donald Trump himself. And the movie basically is it takes a look at how the mainstream media has been portraying Donald Trump. They bring up often they're good people on both sides, him making fun of a disabled journalist. They just kind of go down all these what they claim are lies about Donald Trump, and then refute them, and then talk about just how the DNC and how these other forces are out there to basically lie and misrepresent him, and then they go through and kind of debunk all those things. I'll just say this: this is a fairly one-sided documentary. As you'd expect. It's very pro-Trump. It's absolutely pro-Trump, but Trump's in it. And so, I would venture to guess that people know how I feel about Donald Trump. And so I'm just trying to come at it from a critic's perspective. I do like having facts placed in front of me on both sides and allowing myself to come up with my own conclusions. I think what I like about this one is just the fact that, look, you turn on the television, you listen to politicians, everyone lies to you. Every single one lies to you. Whether you're on the right or the left, that you're not being given the right picture. This movie at least says, hey, I'm going to show you the full clips of Donald Trump in context so that you can make a decision as to whether you like the guy or don't like the guy. But at the same time, it is very one-sided. So in the end, I feel like this movie more or less preaches to the choir more than it does trying to bring people to the other side, from the other side, to change minds. If anything, this is trying to say to the independent voter out there who hasn't made a decision, hey, why don't you reconsider, look at these facts, and then make a decision from there. So, but at the same time, we are so divided, and this election is incredibly divided to the point where we always see people on the other side as either stupid morons or from the left to the right as fascists, misogynists, homophobes, and all that stuff. So this is not going to change the narrative at all, but if anything, it'll just present the facts and allow you to decide from a very biased standpoint.
Well, I have not seen the movie, but by the way, I just noticed it's playing in theaters even near me. So it is out in limited release. So
I mean, I'll say this from our box office insider, Am I Racist gave a lot of theaters the cojones to put this movie in their theaters.
Well, look, I just want balance. I want things to be portrayed in media in a realistic and truthful light. Unfortunately, the media is so divided, and we've seen it. Look, I've covered indie film for almost 40 years. I remember seeing documentaries that sought the truth. And now, in the last decade, docs are just based on their funding resources are far left or far the other direction, far right. I hate using.
You can say
right
that.
is even like people use that as an insult. I'm sick of the division. Is there a filmmaker that just say, hey, I don't know what I'm going to think. Let me seek things out. but I feel like there's our media, the mainstream media, is pure propaganda now. I didn't feel it was before, or maybe it always was, but they hit it better. But I want some balance. So I applaud this coming out. I may in fact go to the theater and check it out, but I just want some balance. And I feel the rhetoric coming from previously respected sources is certainly amping up the all the division in the country, and I'm not about it. And I don't like when I see my friends do it. I see friends so far one way, and come on. Here's what I want. I want our politicians focused on solving problems. That is your job. Fix the roads, tax me as little as possible, protect this country, protect our interests abroad without, going to war over it. And I feel that more and more, I kind of feel our agencies, they've lost the trust. I hear things, I don't believe it anymore. So I like balance. I will check out this movie then. You recommend it?
Yeah, I do. I give it a bare recommendation. Like I said, it's very one-sided. The cringiest moments in this movie are these dramatizations. Because they go through, it's like, okay, it's like a Saturday Night Live for the right. Let's put it that way. These little sketches they have. And it's this movie is very up to date. In fact, it includes various events, such as one that occurred in Pennsylvania, not a little over a month ago.
All right. I think there's a review on the site as well, but you recommend the movie, Alan?
I do. I look, whether you're right or left, I always recommend movies that present the other side, and you can agree with it or not agree with it to you, but you should at least be fully informed. And in the review, I say that I would much rather have a fully informed voter than a voter that has everything they think fed to them by the media.